Now we get to the main topic of the evening, which is non-duality. This whole message tonight is known as non-duality. Non-duality is the English word for the Eastern body of wisdom that came out of India, known as Advaita Vedanta. Advaita literally means not two, or said slightly different, one without a second. It states, so Advaita and non-duality I'll use interchangeably. They mean the same thing, because Advaita is not two, and non-duality means there's not two. Right? Dualism would mean hot and cold, good and bad. This is non-duality. That means there's not two of anything. Okay? Advaita Vedanta, and then so Vedanta means in English terms to be philosophy. But in Indian terms, it would mean a way of being. A way of being is not a state of mind. We all know states of mind. States of mind come and go. Happiness comes and goes. Sadness comes and goes. Everything comes and goes because your mind is constantly fluctuating. A way of being is permanence. Nothing changes. And that's what we're pointing to here tonight, is a way of being that's permanent. Advaita states that there's only one reality, that there's only one substance that makes up all of these apparent objects that we know in the world and cosmos. It states that the self, your self, is this one reality. And your self is the single resonance of peace, happiness, and love. So, going back to the matter model first, that says there's no evidence, this model of reality, non-duality, that states that there's only one substance here, has to have at least one piece of evidence. And that one piece of evidence is you, is yourself. Ask yourself the question, do I exist? Notice that you asked the question, there was a pause, you went somewhere that delivered the answer of yes. Yes, I exist. Notice that you did not have to second guess the answer, nor did you have to consult your mind for approval that you exist. You went to a place that delivered the answer yes, and then you brought it out. Yes, of course I do. And if you were trying to be smart about it and said I don't exist, you would say, well, what has to be aware that knows that you don't exist? Your existence is inescapable. In fact, your existing, know that you exist, knowing that you exist, is the only thing that you absolutely know for sure. Everything else is in question. Well, Advaita, being that there's only one substance here that's creating the many, it has to have one property at least. It has to exist. A one model reality has to exist. And because you know you actually exist, because you went inside and found this place that yes, I exist, and Advaita's saying there's only one existence, well, your existence has to be the one existence. And that is the one piece of evidence here that this model of reality known as non-duality exists, or has a piece of evidence, and that your existence is that evidence. Everything I'm trying to say here to describe to you is that self cannot separate itself from itself. It has no clue. You have no clue what separation is. Referring back to the matter first model, where it's all based on separation, non-duality is the absence of separation. Non-duality is total unity. It is the absence of suffering. Because suffering, human suffering, arises when we believe we're separate. When I believe that I'm here and you're over there, that means that I'm separate. And I have to fend for myself somehow and survive life. In the non-dual model of reality, there is no separation. This is the one substance appearing as many. So, moving from a matter model first to a consciousness model first, you experience unity. You are not over there, and I am not over here. There's no distance between us. And therefore there's no suffering. There's no internal suffering, and there's no external conflict.